going on, guys? You are locked into Trending with Nate, and today I have a pop sensation with me, Rika. Welcome to BritAsia TV.
Hi.
Are you nervous?
No, I think I just need to get warmed up. It's a bit cold in here.
It is cold. Someone turn the heating on, please. Okay, so you're here for an hour. We're going to get into everything about you, who is the woman behind the music. So let's start with childhood. You come from an Indian and Serbian descent, which is such an amazing mix. You don't really hear about that. So growing up with these two different cultures, what was that like?
I think it was, I mean, growing up in London alone is very like multicultural. I had friends of like all ethnicities, and you learn so much about different cultures and different like lifestyles and stuff just from your neighbors and the people around you. And growing up with that, I think it's been a really big inspiration for the sound of my music and the things which I write about. And also just growing up, like, I mean, my Dadi and Dada used to live across, like, literally the house right next door. Yeah. So I used to go over there, and Dadi would like cook lunch, and we'd eat like sabji and roti and like watch old Bollywood movies on TV when I was like really small. So I think just things like that, which are kind of embedded into your soul, into your body from such a young age, you don't really realize that they have such influence on you, but subconsciously you do things because of, you know, the things which you did when you were younger.
So that's really good. You've always had like the Indian, I guess, heritage embedded in you right from a young age, even though you are from mixed descent and living in London. And okay, so you were born and brought up in London. Yeah. Right, guys. This blew my mind as well when I realised. Because I always assumed you were from the States.
No, I've literally never been to the States or like to that side of the world. I just sound American. I think it's because of like Disney Channel. I used to watch a lot of like Disney movies.
But so did I, and I sound like a Brummie.
Yeah, but I'm like really stubborn. So I just thought Selena Gomez was the coolest like girl on the planet, and she was just like the prettiest girl ever, and I just wanted to be her. So I said, like, you know, I'm gonna be American now, and I just never went away.
Okay, I love it. Because even from like one of your music videos, it gave me very like American high school vibes. So I never thought you were actually a Londoner.
No, even that video was shot. I shot. I know you're talking about my first video. It's called No Need. Yeah. And I shot that at my old secondary school, which is literally like just off of like, what is it? Hendon Way North Circular. It's literally like right there next to Brent Cross, and it's like the most, you know, normal British like public school ever. But
it really gave me American vibes. Yeah. It was like the epitome of like an American high school, the whole vibe.
Yeah, no, we wanted that vibe, but we literally just made it here at home in London.
Living your was the Waverley Place dreams, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. Literally. Okay, so you started music pretty young, but where did the love, the passion actually start from?
I think music, I mean, it's so cliche, but like, you know.
It was a part of me.
I just feel like growing up, it's always been like my way of expressing myself. And I wrote really, really terrible songs when I was like 9. Like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm like a prodigy, but like, they were bad, but that's okay. They were bad, but
we all have to start from somewhere.
I was 9. Like, my vocabulary was like maybe 200 words. I don't know. I don't know how much it's meant to be at 9, but yeah, it's always been a way for me to express myself, and it's always been like my way of like journaling or like, you know, writing things which I can't really say, or like when I find it hard to express myself, which is quite like not that often because I'm a very open and like honest person. Like my face kind of tells everything before you even hear anything from my mouth. Like I'm like, this is so good, but like my face is like, no girl, like it's not giving. So yeah, I just I feel like in those moments where you're really vulnerable, but songwriting has always been like a place for me to just escape and to
a safe space.
Yeah, it's a very safe space, and it's very like personal. And all the songs which I've released, like I've written or co-written with other people, and they feel like stories which are genuinely a part of me and a part of the things which I want to say, which I feel like is really integral for an artist to, you know, say something personal, you know.
So when did you decide that you wanted to pursue this as, someone fix this, as a career?
Okay, so I just turned 16, and I was like, I wanted to give it a try. And so I started writing songs, and I got messaged by a producer on Instagram, like just like a nobody, and my dad like vetted him out, and we like met in like a hotel lobby, just in case he wasn't like a weirdo. Luckily he wasn't, and then he produced my first like 2 songs, and after that it's just been, I mean, ever since I released my first single, and it always felt like a dream, like, you know, releasing music and being like a pop star, because growing up on like MTV and TV shows like that, I never saw a brown woman like us just there and you know, being like a Western pop star. It was always like white girls or more white girls.
No, it's true. That was literally it.
Yeah, it was it. Just growing up, it wasn't anything there, so it felt like impossible for someone like me. But when I started doing it and realizing it was a possibility, I just felt like I just had to keep going and see where it goes. And that was like 5 years ago. And it's been a crazy ride, but
it's been a journey. So okay, your dad went with you to go vet this guy.
Yeah.
But pre that, so what was your parents' reactions when you kind of said like, okay, I want to do music, I write songs, and this is what I want to pursue? Was there any hesitation from them?
No, honestly, my parents have always been like my biggest cheerleaders. I mean, they still manage me, like they're literally just over there like watching, like they still manage me, they're still 100% involved in everything. And I mean, my career isn't possible without the support and love of my parents and my brother, and there's no Rika without them. I don't feel like you're able to have like, to be an artist is not to be an individual, it's to have like the team behind you and to have the support and love from various different people. And I feel like Rika is a creation of multiple minds.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I couldn't do half the things without them, and I couldn't be more grateful for them.
I think the parents deserve a round of applause for that, guys. Come on. So, your sound, very pop, very Western. You wouldn't, just listening to the sound, you wouldn't think it is coming from a brown woman. And like you said, there wasn't many of us, especially when we were growing up, that were in that pop scene. So even though growing up you were influenced and you watched Bollywood and you listened to the music, we don't hear any of that in your music. So how did you kind of create your sound? How did you know that's what you wanted to go into?
I've always been a lover of pop music. Like, it's just like Carly Rae Jepsen, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, like those are my girls. Like, I love them. I just feel like I feel like it's embedded in me. So I feel like I try and represent myself in that way, through maybe my visuals or in hints of my sound. I don't feel like it needs to be like for me, I feel like the right way, like not the right way, there's no right way to do anything, but the way I felt was right for myself was to just be a bit more acoustic and more vulnerable and a bit more Western, I guess, because I grew up in London. I feel like obviously that will take a lot of headway into how I'm sounding, but I feel like the older I get, I'm 23 now, so I feel like the older I get, the more, because when you're young, it's weird. You're like a child and you're like, the world is my oyster, I can do anything I want. And then you get a bit older and you're like, I'm full of fear, like I'm scared to do anything, like I don't want to do anything, like I just want to, like I'm just scared. But then you get even older and you get more confident and you're just like, actually, I'm going to go back to being like, I can do whatever I want. And I feel like the more you do things and the more you experiment, the more everything changes and you kind of just know like where you're going in the moment. You can't, I mean, like this year I'm doing stuff like this, next year I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
It's all a journey.
It's all a journey, and it's all like changing, and it all just depends on where you are in that present moment, you know what I mean? And what's feeding you in that present moment.
And I guess as an artist, you need to be able to explore and experiment and evolve. So who knows, you might go into a different genre of music later on, and you're allowed to, I guess, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, as an artist, you have to give yourself space to expand and then retract and just see what else is out there sonically and with your writing. If you're not always pushing yourself that way, you're not going to be the best artist you can be because you don't know what else is out there to feed you.
So you've been in the industry for a few years now. How do you feel as a brown woman you've been supported by your industry peers?
I feel like
in the mainstream industry, let's say.
I feel like it's interesting. I feel like with anyone, it's very like, I mean, if they like you, they like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. And I feel like it's tough for anyone, but I feel like with the power of social media and stuff, you connect with people from all sorts of parts of the world, all sorts of jobs, all sorts of, you know, age ranges and genders. And I feel like connecting with that audience and connecting with a group of people and for them to receive my music the way they have, I feel like that's why I do what I do. And I think it's so important. I feel like music is like the most universal language there is. You know, I don't have to understand Spanish to like a song, like a reggaeton song, or, you know, vice versa. I just feel like music speaks to your body, it speaks to your energy, it speaks to your mind in different ways, which you don't maybe understand. So for people to reach out to me like on Instagram and in person and be like, I love your music, like this song like really helped me get through a hard time, or, you know, because you're brown and you're in music, I've started a career, or I feel more, you know, like it's possible for someone like me to do that. Like those are the things which keep me going, I feel.
People feel seen because they see you.
Yeah.
Whereas when you were growing up, there wasn't that person there for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
that is beautiful.
I think that's why I do what I do, you know.
Yeah. So almost it doesn't matter whether the industry peers are supporting or not, because you have built this network and this group of supporters that are ride or die for you.
Exactly. I think that's the main point. And eventually, if you have enough supporters, I mean, people kind of
you're seen regardless.
Exactly.
And
you'll be seen regardless. Exactly.
Amazing. So let's talk about your latest release, All I Need. It's doing absolutely amazing. It's on so many Spotify playlists. It's basically everywhere. So did you expect that love from that song that you've got?
Honestly, I would say yes and no in a way, because I feel like that song, okay, so that song is one of the first of 3 singles from my upcoming EP project we can talk about later.
Yeah.
But for that one, I felt like out of all of them was like almost the most commercial, or the most, you know, like obvious kind of song. It's like,
it was the obvious hit.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, I mean, I never expect, you know, much. I'm always just like, I'm just, you know, like if they listen, they listen. And I'm grateful for anyone who does stream and just listens to the song. But in a way, I'm like, you know, I mean, I've never written a love song before. And this was like the first time I've like given it a proper go, because I feel like love's really hard to write about without it sounding too niche or, I mean, like cliche. Because you don't want to say I love you too many times. You don't want to like make it really cheesy and obvious, but you still want it to sound good, and you still want it, you know, people to play it at their weddings and stuff. And it was a really special song for me to write as well. So, you know, something like that, I'm like, I really hope it does well, and I'm glad that it did.
So what was the inspiration behind the song? Do you pick from personal experiences? We can talk about your other music too, but, you know, in general, do you pick from your own experiences, things you see? What are the inspirations?
I feel like it's a mix. I feel like I try and keep it really personal, because then I can tap into, you know, the most amount of emotion I can. And I feel like the more emotional I am that day, the easier I can write a song. And so yeah, that one was definitely like from personal experience, the joys of falling in and out of love. And you know, when it's good, it's really good, and you can make a really good song out of it.
Do you ever find it hard to be that vulnerable?
No, surprisingly. Honestly, I'm the type to overshare. Like, I will tell you my whole life story. I'll just treat this as like a therapy session at this point. You know, I'll be like, yeah, I'm this. I'm going through all of this stuff, and then my parents will be like, why are you sharing so much? You literally just met this person. Please cut it out. This is going on TV. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's just who I am. I feel like sharing is a way to connect with people, and if I'm vulnerable and I open up, then people are more likely to open up with me.
And also connect to your music more.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't write like a song, you know, which is like not vulnerable. I don't feel like that's very me.
One of your songs was actually played on Love Island as well. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, how was that?
That was insane. You know, it's like a show you just sit down and watch. All of a sudden, your song's playing on the TV.
Right?
They played my song 3 times.
That
like
is crazy.
3 times. And I never expected that kind of support. like it kind of just blew my mind because it's always like a bucket list thing, you know. You're like, I'm gonna get like a song played on Love Island, and it's gonna be all here and there. And it's like, wow, it actually got played on Love Island. And
did they tell you before they played it, or did you have no idea?
I had no idea when it was gonna get played. You know, obviously you just send it and you just do your thing. And you're just like, you know, like, what if you have this song and they're just like, okay, whatever, sure. Like, you don't know.
But you don't
exactly
know whether they're gonna.
Yeah, it's just like you just give it to them, and it's up to them at the end of the day. And you know, they played it and they played it again and then they played it again, and I was like, how many times are you gonna play this song?
You're doing too much now.
No, please play more. But it was a really surreal experience, and it just feels really like affirming as an artist to have your song. I mean, even played on like BritAsia TV. Yeah. Whenever I see it come up, and I'm just like, what is my song doing there? I'm just like with all these other like superstars, and I'm like, wow, that's me amongst all of these people, and it's just, you know, to be able to have a platform like that, and just stuff
Love
like
Island
that.
is like one of the most watched TV shows.
My God, millions and millions every night. I mean,
worldwide.
My sister's obsessed with it. So, I mean, my younger sister, she's so much cooler than me. So if she thinks it's like cool that it's gotten played on Love Island, then I feel like
it's cool.
Yeah, then you know it's cool, you know? Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the promos for this latest track. And one of the ones I came across was when you airdropped the song to the random girl.
Yeah.
What made you do that? And how did you think of this?
You know, it's like, you know, I mean, everything was about social media these days. Yes. And I was like, it's just something I saw on social media, and I was like, I can do that with my song. I can airdrop. I can go out and annoy people. I have a camera on my face. I literally bought this really obnoxious Instagram. I mean, like Instagram Lite with me, you know? So I'm like well lit and I'm just being obnoxious and I'm just like filming.
The things you have to do.
Oh, the things you have to do, but you have to do them, you know? It's just the world we're in right now.
Yeah.
I mean, doing things like that is just as important as doing things on like interviews on TV and radio and stuff. It's just as capturing. And I feel like, yeah, that was
it was a really good form of promo, actually.
It is, but I don't think I would do that again. It was a lot, even for me, and I'm quite shameless. So,
and that girl liked it.
She liked it. Yeah, she liked it. She was studying for, I think she had like college exams at the time, like A levels or something. And I was just interrupting her A levels, like, hey, you want to
just casually listen to my song?
Yeah, just casually, just like, okay, I'm gonna annoy you and like interrupt your music with some airdrop things and make some content. But she was super chill about it, and
I love it.
Super sweet girl. So.
She put her headphones on straight away. Yeah. Guys, go check it out. It's on Rika's Instagram. You guys should watch it. So let's touch back on the social media. So when you started out, when you were 16, obviously someone did message you through Instagram, but even at that time, I don't think Instagram was used as heavily as it is now.
No.
Instagram, TikTok are like the biggest marketing tools.
Yeah.
So exactly. Now, as an artist for you, do you feel like it is just as important to push on the social side of things and not just, you know, putting your all into the music?
I feel like I need to be in two different headspaces. I have to like separate them. Like if I'm being creative and I'm writing songs, I can't do that and then all of a sudden throw out my phone and then film a piece of content and then spend 2 hours editing it and then like putting jazzy captions on it and then throwing it on Instagram. Yeah. I feel like if I'm doing Instagram social stuff, I'm going to spend a week, dedicate it, stockpile the content, make it look awesome, and that's it. And then if I'm doing the songwriting and I'm focusing on that, I can't divide my attention, but I feel like they're both just as important as each other because one is, you know, making the product and one's selling it in a way. Yeah. Even though, I mean, obviously I don't think of it isn't at the end of the day a business. I'm not business minded at all. I'm just like, gonna write my songs and like just sit in my room, just be creative. But obviously at the end of the day, like my parents always tell me like, it is a business, you're making a product and you're selling it to people. I'm like, I don't see it like that. These are my babies, like these are my songs. And they're like, no, it's a business.
We're selling them.
You have to sell them. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Like, I think they're both just as valuable as each other. If you don't spend the time honing in your craft and writing a good song and making a good song, but you're throwing it out on social media, then all of that is basically for nothing. But if you're making an amazing song, but you're not taking the time to promote it and try and push it out there and find people to listen to it, why, like, it's harder
almost
to
like
get it to translate.
The two worlds kind of have to coexist for you as an artist.
Yeah, they do. But it's good. It's okay. It's good. It's nice.
It is, and I mean, that promo with the airdrop, I know we keep going back to that, it's good and it works.
It's good and it works. Exactly. Yeah. It's good. It's a good way to showcase different sides of yourself. I recently posted a reel where I went to like a car park and I sang my song like just a cappella because the acoustic's really cool, and I just threw that on there. And it's not impossible to make content on the go, but I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so I like to make sure that everything's like lined up to the T and like on time and like looking cool. And it's just interesting. It's interesting to be creative in both aspects of the music industry.
But I think with the reels and the stuff that you're doing there with the promo, it almost humanizes you.
Yes.
And it's quite personal, and I guess your viewers and your followers get to see the more personal side to you and think that, you know what, we actually know her.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the best way to use social media. It's like a way to show people that it's not just like jazzy photos and makeup and, you know, awesome music videos, but it's also like, I have a dog, I like food, like this is where I went last week, like this is me without makeup, like this is me as a person. And you're also a person. Like we're both people. It's not, I feel like everyone's just a person at the end of the day.
It's actually one of the things I really like about socials now. I feel like everyone's a lot more connected, whereas before, I mean, I feel like Beyonce's still untouchable, but you know, when you're a kid and you're looking at Beyonce, you just know there's no way I can ever communicate. Whereas now I think even if people do just drop you a DM, whether you see it or not or pick you up, they do have that connection to you.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think especially with Instagram, they have this new like part of their thing where it's called broadcast channels, and it's like a way to connect with your audiences. And you know, it's like, oh, I just got a DM from my favorite artist, and you know, just a way to share updates about your life and like exclusive things. I've been doing that. Yesterday I actually filmed a music video for my next track, which should be coming out like beginning of November. So I was just showing some little BTS snippets on there, like exclusively just for them.
Oh, I love that.
And I think they appreciate things like that because it's like, oh, you care about me, you care about what I see, and that you want to connect with me in that way.
And keep in touch almost.
Yeah, I think it's really good to do that because at the end of the day, you're talking to a human. It's kind of hard because social media kind of in a way dehumanizes people. It's like when you see like a very famous TikToker, like let's say Charli D'Amelio or something, she has like 100 million followers, but you don't actually see her as like a three-dimensional person in a way.
No.
And I feel like it's nice to just reel that back in and
humanize yourself.
Exactly.
So the day that All I Need was released, you celebrated with Kylie Minogue. Like, you cannot make this stuff up. How did it happen? Tell us the story.
So this year I was lucky enough to be selected with a handful of artists to be one of Instagram and Meta's next gen artists. So they selected a few of us to pioneer and to invite to some unreal opportunities and to just, you know, nurture as artists on their platform. For All I Need, they also gave me like a massive like banner on their Reels audio page. So like it was trending on Instagram as well, and their support has been unreal. And to celebrate my release, Christina, who's at Instagram, and she was like, why don't you come and meet Kylie Minogue? And I was like,
casually,
okay, sure, I'll go. And so she also had her album Tension, which released the same day as All I Need. And we were just, Kylie Minogue, firstly. Okay, first thing, she's the cutest little person ever, and little because she's literally 4'11". Okay, no I was wearing heels. I was like 5'10" in the heels, and she's like 4'11" with these cute heels on, and she was like maybe up to like here, like she's a teeny weeny girl, but she was so sweet. She took the time to talk to me and to like have a discussion and like, you know, talk as an artist and give me like advice, because she's been in the industry for like 25 years, a legendary status. To have a career like that is the dream at that point. So she was super sweet, and I think that was just the most unreal way to celebrate the release of a song, really. So,
with Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
You really can't make this up. No. Absolutely love it. I'm really excited to see who'll be with you on the next release. Yeah. So let's talk about Warner Music. So you're signed to Warner Music India. When did you get signed?
So Warner Music opened their India like subsidiary I think early 2021. and I signed as their first ever artist to sign to their label the same year. So that was pretty cool, pretty weird. Like, it was weird to be like, I mean, it felt really surreal to be a part of their history like that as the first ever. And I've been with them ever since. They're an amazing team. They, you know, they're I don't know how else to explain. They're like a family, you know? You go into their office and it's like walking into a house and, you know, the Maggie's on the stove. And, you know, there's like chattering in all the rooms. And there's just such a beautiful energy in their office. And it just feels like I'm working with family. And that's what I come from, you know, my family managed me. So I feel like right at home walking into their office, and they're just such a supportive team, and they're legendary, and they're doing amazing moves internationally, and you know, in India as well. So to be a part of that team, go Warner Music India, you know, it's like it's unreal. I'm super grateful.
Have you ever thought of Bollywood?
I feel like I would love to do it one day, but I feel like I'd have to perfect like my Hindi first, because I'd want to do it justice. I wouldn't want to just do it like half-heartedly. But
so you would sing in Hindi?
I would. I feel like eventually I would like to do that. It's very interesting. You know, going to India feels like my second home, and I'd love to give it a try one day. When I perfect my Hindi, because I am learning, but I don't think it's at the Bollywood, you know, singing in the movies yet kind of good, but it's getting there.
But I feel like Bollywood would accept the pop style and everything as well.
You know what? I've been so like focused on the creation of my EP and that sonic, and I feel like it's hard for me to focus on too many things at once. So I feel like once I have this project out and people, because I feel like this project is a long time coming, and it's genuinely the most proud body of work I've created till date, and it's taken a lot of time to figure out not who I am as an artist, but how to be an artist in a way, how to be okay with being vulnerable, and okay, you know, saying no to doing certain things, like certain tracks, or, you know, producing something because it's trendy, and just saying like, actually, I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. And that takes time to learn, especially, you know, I started when I was 16. So, I mean, at 16, you're just like, oh, if you're saying it's good, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? You just want it to happen.
And I guess you do everything to try and make it happen at that age as well.
Because people are telling you what's right and what's wrong. And you know, an artist is knowing what's right and what's wrong for yourself, because what's right for you is not maybe necessarily right for someone else. And I think it's really good to have that like definition for yourself. But yeah, Warner Music India, they're a great team. They're amazing.
So have you performed in India yet?
I've done a show in India.
Amazing.
I did my first ever India show. I was in Delhi, and it was actually I was invited by the the honorary consul general in in UK in India. And it was for a big celebration for the king's birthday party, and I performed to like
for the king.
Yeah, the king. I was like, okay, Charles. And it was like maybe like easily like 2,000 people there. It was like packed, you know, because in India, like, you have a courtyard and you have a back garden, and it's like the biggest acre of land you've ever seen. And it's like, okay, that's fine. It's like, you know, I'll be chill. We're just having like a little thing, and just like we perform. I was like, okay, sure. 2,000 people show up. I'm like,
very chill.
Very chill.
That's so chill for India.
It's very Indian. You know?
How did they react? How was the acceptance like for you there? Because not only are you British Asian, you are also British Asian that does pop music.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
You know what? It was. I was worried about that too, because I was like, okay, I'm going there, and I'm not really sure what to expect, like from the crowd. But everyone was so receptive. I got so many people coming up to me after the performance, like, "Wow, loved your performance! Like, you're amazing! Like, the songs were amazing!" I did a mix of like some of my original stuff, some stuff I haven't like released yet, and the reactions were so positive and just so reaffirming that, again, music speaks for itself. I feel like so. It was just it was really beautiful. It was a really beautiful moment, and I can't wait to go out there and do more shows here in the UK, and just anywhere where someone wants to pay me to get on a mic and sing. I'm there. You know,
she's there. Book her, guys. Okay, so as a British Asian woman, do you feel like it's harder for us to kind of blow in the mainstream industry?
I feel like it's not harder, but it's almost newer in a way. I feel like because mainstream, I feel like we're only dipping our toes inside just now, because growing up, we weren't really present before. And now, because of social media, people have access to all sorts of music and they can listen to anything they want. And people are now waking up. And I feel like it's so beautiful to see that. And as a British Indian, you know, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of us. And we just need to keep doing what we're doing and keep, like, you know, pushing and supporting, lifting each other up, and, you know, having segments like this on BritAsia TV as well, and being a part of that. Like, I'm really grateful to be here today. And just, you know, being a part of the community is amazing. And I feel like we're finally getting our time, and our time is coming, and it's only about time. Like, it's not much longer now, because, like, you can't really stop, like, a boulder coming down a hill at this point.
Like, it's imminent at this point. Yeah. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
We're there.
It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already in place. It's already happened.
I love it. So let's talk about the new EP. When's it coming out?
So the new EP is coming out like end of January, and it has 5 songs. So I have a song coming out on the 3rd of November.
Which is today, guys.
Oh my gosh, yes. I have a song coming out today. And it's called My Fellow Showman. And I think this is the proudest I've ever been of a track. I say that after every release, but genuinely, like, this one has been like the day I made this song. I wrote the chorus in my room alone, I mean, to be honest, I kind of wait for everyone to leave the house. Like, I'm going shopping. Good. I'm going to hop on the piano now, because I hate, like, being at home and everyone listening to me and, like, listening to my process. And I just have this voice recording of, like, the chorus for the song. And I'm like, this one is good. Like, this one's really special. This one's something. So I take it to the studio, like, a week later, and I build up the track. And it's, even though it was bare bones, it was literally just piano and, like, the song, but it wasn't anywhere close to how I had envisioned it sounding yet. And I knew, like, yeah, this one's it. And I was showing it to my dad, and I was like, Dad, this song's amazing. Like, it's the best thing I've ever done. And he's like, what are you talking about? Where, like, this is literally, like, just a piano and, like, bare bones. I'm like, Dad, wait for it. Just give it.
He didn't see the vision just yet.
No, as a creative, you always see the vision. But, like, as, like, someone who does, like, the more business side, they're just like, okay, but this is what I have, like, right now.
I can't sell this.
I can't sell this. Literally. So after that, I built up the song, and I was like, yeah, this song is special. And literally anyone I showed the song to, it was like, oh my God. I'm just, man, I love it so much. I can't wait for you to play it. Like, I can't believe I get to premiere it today on your show, and you get to see it for the first time.
It's time for the best part of the show, Games with Nay. So, very simple game. You're going to pick up a piece of paper, says a word on there, and I want you to sing a line, and it must mention that word.
Okay, I'll sing. That's my job at the end of the day. Rainbow.
You can make one up if that's easier.
Oh gosh, I've always seen, like, these games, and I'm like, I'd be so good at them. And I'm pulling words like rainbow. Yeah, I'm literally blanking. I'm
going to give you one pass.
Okay, I'll pass on this.
Okay, so that means no more passing for the rest of the game.
Oh God, there's a lot of words in here.
We'll do like 4.
Okay. Show. Show. I'm extremely bad at this today.
You could use a line from your latest song.
Oh yeah. You're literally doing the game for me at this point. Okay, I'll do my latest song then.
Yeah.
My Fellow Showman.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Tell me why do we lie? Everybody's a little broken, just a little broken. Why do believe in a world that's sugar-coated? My fellow showman, you're broken like me.
Amazing. And we just got a live performance of the new track too. I mean, it's all happening today.
It's all happening today. Oh gosh. Heels. Anything you can do, I can do better. Like the Alexander Burke song, innit? I can do it in broken heels.
Yes.
Yeah. I know she sings something.
She
like
says
that.
something about heels in there. Yeah.
It's done. Okay, it's done. Okay. Flip flops. What? Okay. Gucci flip flops. Hit a person in my socks. This a big rock. Diamonds dripping off of the glove. Okay. Trying to make it keep PG for the TV. But, diamonds. Okay, I know this one. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright.
Amazing. Yay. That was good.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, I think that was really good. Next time. Like we passed on the rainbow, which is fine.
I was literally about to sing like the rainbow, like red and yellow and green and blue. I was like, I don't think that's gonna be good.
All right, so amazing start to the games. Now it's time for my quick fire. Okay, you're hosting a dinner party. You can invite 5 people, dead or alive. Who would they be?
Oh gosh. Okay. Prince. Taylor Swift. Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Shah Rukh Khan. And you.
Oh, me and Shah Rukh Khan, thank you so much. Thanks. I really appreciate that. That's like my dream right there. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy.
She's meeting Shah Rukh Khan, guys.
Yeah, I'm meeting Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, a dream collab.
Okay, well, to be honest, the last single of my EP, when my EP comes out, I'm collaborating with someone who, honestly, I'm a very big fan of. I've followed them for years, and I intentionally wrote the song as a male-female duet. I always wanted to write like, you know, male-female like duet, like, you know, No Air, Chris Brown, Jordan Sparks, like emotional.
Love
duet.
that vibe.
Yeah, literally. You know, something that's straight out Disney Channel, that kind of thing. Like a camp rock duet.
Not camp rock.
But seriously, it's
give me like Troy and Gabriella vibe, breaking free. I love it.
Exactly. I always wanted to do one of those, so I wrote one, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna send it to them. Like maybe not. Like I don't know, but I feel like
you miss all the chances that you don't
you
go
miss all
for.
the shots you never take. And they came back. They were like, I love the song, and they literally cut the record the same day. And I'm just like, this is insane. I'm gonna fly out to LA to shoot the video as well. And like I was like, I'm going to LA. This is my first time I'm ever gonna go to LA, which is firstly amazing. But secondly, like to shoot the video with this person, I'm like, what? So yeah.
So right now you can't disclose.
My lips are sealed.
So at what point will we find out? When the EP comes out, so literally on that day, or are there going to be some teasers before that?
I think beginning of next year, to start off the year, I think that's when I'll announce.
Ooh. Guys, keep a lookout because I'm very intrigued right now. Okay, so have you watched Men in Black?
Yes.
You know the eraser that they have?
Will Smith.
Yeah? Yeah. So if you had that eraser and there was any song of yours that you would erase from people's memories, which song would it be?
Well, I got some controversial questions here. I think it would be... okay, to be honest, some of my older songs, they're just not good.
The ones you made when you were 9?
No. That's 9, girl. I'm not expecting those to be good. But like, I think some of those, like, some of my older discography is like pretty mediocre, in my opinion now. I mean, at the time, I was like, yeah, it's great, but you know, taste changes and stuff. So I think maybe it's something from then.
Of course. Okay, weirdest food combination that you like?
Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to talk about this on my TV. I do this all the time, and it's genuinely disgusting. But I eat like instant ramen, like chicken ramen, spicy ramen, shin ramen with yogurt.
What?
Yeah.
With yogurt?
Yogurt, yeah. It has to be Onken yogurt. It's a specific yogurt, and it's delicious. It's, you know, it's, I mean, they eat ramen and cheese. What's the difference? It's yogurt, it's still dairy. It just makes it creamy. It's just, no, I could sit here and talk about.
So do you mix it in?
Yeah. You mix it in and you leave a little bit on the side as dip, and you just go like,
no.
No, yeah.
I can't get on board with this.
No, you have to. You have to get on that train. It's boarding.
How did you even come up with this concoction?
Okay, so, you know, I mean, you're Indian, right? You eat like rice and yogurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what else does yogurt go with? What else does it go with? I'm like, okay, it's spicy. And I was like, I'll just put some yogurt in it. And it turned out to be the most amazing thing I've ever eaten.
Okay, I can kind of see the thought process behind it.
Delectable.
Okay, you can tell she was ready for this question. I was ready.
I was ready.
Okay, what's your biggest ick?
Oh God, you know what? There's so many. So many. Let me list them off the top of my head. No, I'm joking. I think, okay, appearance-wise, not to like, no, I'm like, I don't judge really on appearance, but like if you're not hygienic, I think that's quite like dirt under the nails.
Yeah,
you know, no deodorant, like this kind of like,
you know, basic hygiene.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, then I'm sorry.
I think that's like, icky. But I feel like in a relationship is like if they're not like communicative or if they're just like, I don't want to talk about it. No, talk about it. Like, open your damn mouth. Yeah. I can't do this anymore. I need answers.
No, that's true. Yeah. I agree. Okay, guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. I don't know. I'm not really a guilty person. I'm quite open about my pleasures. I'm like,
yeah, I mean ramen and she's very open about it.
Guys. I'm gonna eat it. You know. Okay. To be honest, I don't know what. I mean, what is a guilty? What's your guilty pleasure?
Right now, I would probably say carbs.
Carbs. Girl, don't be guilty about that.
I have to, like, you know, trust me, once you pass that, like, 25-year-old mark, trust me, watch the carbs. Life hits you fast.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Carbs.
But I love carbs. But right now, I have to kind of stay away. So I would say that's mine. Very boring, I know.
You know, that's probably mine as well.
I eat way too many. I love carbs. I'm a carby kind of girl.
Carbs are the best, like, food ever.
Creamy pasta.
I mean, a pizza.
Girl.
Those damn carbs.
I know. Do you know what I mean? Just have your greens, you'll be fine.
Ew.
I have to drink mine these days.
No, because it's actually really hard. Like, I can't eat salad. Like, lettuce, it tastes like soil. Like, I can't eat, like, rocket. It's just disgusting. Like, ew.
I used to be like that back when I was 23. All right, time for our next game. Okay. It's called What's on Your Phone?
Oh, no.
So, who is the most famous person on your contact list?
Okay, I would say probably Dua Lipa. Probably.
So are you two girls?
But I mean, she's really nice.
Because a little birdie told me you guys went to see Barbie together.
Yeah, we were both at the Barbie premiere. And
amazing.
Okay, I need to talk about the Barbie premiere firstly because it was the most unreal experience ever. I mean, like, I'm a fan of pink for like the longest time. So to be able to dress up and just be pink and just celebrate pink and Barbie and just being a woman and that was the most unreal experience ever. And, you know, hanging out with Dua and like some of the cast and like, it was just like, okay, this is crazy. Yes. So amazing. And yeah, that was a really surreal experience for me. People would come up to me and be like, "Did you dye your hair pink for the movie?" And I was like, "No, I did not do it."
Do you know who I am?
No, definitely not like that. But it's like, I think it's an extreme to like just change your hair, like
for a premiere.
I had to, as a girl, I'm Indian. Like the hair is brown. Like I need to bleach it. Like, I'm not doing this for a movie premiere.
Let's talk about your hair journey. When did you start going pink?
Oh, I started going pink last year, but like 3 years before that, I was red, like a stop sign.
Yeah.
And like, again, the damage that does to your hair, it's like, this is a choice I'm making. Like,
but it looks healthy. I love it.
Thank you.
The little ombre you got going on.
Yeah.
Love to see it. And I must say, very good condition.
Thank you.
For like hair that's been damaged.
I know it's been fried, but it's, no, she's
mine was fried even just when I went blonde. I had to go back to the dark. But pink, love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so Dua Lipa. So, would you guys ever collab?
I'd love to collab with her. Yeah.
Amazing.
I love it. She's amazing. She's stunning. Love her.
A round of applause for you and Dua. Okay, so my time with you is nearly up. So before we go, I know. What? I feel like we should do a part 2, guys.
No, honestly. When the EP comes out, I'm back.
I love it. So I am so excited for the EP. I'm so excited for that collab, first of all, because I feel like we've got 2 months to go. Then we'll maybe find out who it is.
No, you will. You will.
And I'm so excited to see what you've got coming up next. I know you've got big things ahead of you.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's been amazing. Guys, you can catch me next week at the same time. Until then, keep it locked to BritAsia TV.